to introduce our next talk about GeoAI Challenge. Everything happens somewhere, applying machine learning to geospatial analysis. For this talk, I would like to introduce our speaker, Miss Maria Antonia Brovelli from Italy, who is
Yes.
professor at the University Politecnico di Milano.
Yeah.
Maria, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And good morning, good afternoon to everyone. Thanks for being here at this time, which is lunch time, especially uh, hearing speaking about food. So I appreciate a lot. Okay, so yeah, I'm a professor of GIS, Geospatial Information System at the Politecnico of Milan, and our challenges are related to Geo AI. So first of all, I want to tell you what geo means. Geo means geomatics and earth observation, and it means that the problem we want to solve are related to location and time. So where something happens and when something happens. And you know, probably this is an old map, is this Peutingerian map, and this refers to the place where I live. I live here. Here we are around the Lake of Como. And this is the idea how people were able to describe the world many years ago. But now we are doing something more because we are switching from the maps to the digital maps and then to the digital twin of the Earth, which is nothing but the premise for the metaverse. So, what is the metaverse? The metaverse is the digital twin Earth, which is labeled very well. In order to create this metaverse, we need to create before the digital twin Earth. So, this is a starting point. This is what we are doing as geo AI specialists, because obviously we need data, but for doing that, we need to have to use machine learning because the data we have are so big data, really big data, and therefore we need necessary to use machine learning. Okay, so when I'm speaking about data, what I mean, as a matter of fact, we have data that we can collect from sky, from ground, but also below the surface of the Earth. And you can imagine that what we want to do is to collect all this data. There are some data that are authoritative data, data that are collected by people, by the crowd. There are data like, for instance, satellite data that probably you know how huge is the amount of the satellite data that we have available nowadays. And for studying what's happening on the surface of the Earth, what we want is to put all these data together and creating information, and after that, knowledge starting from all these data. And starting from that, we decided last year to have the first challenge. And the first challenge was about cropland mapping, and it was proposed by FAO. So we have this first challenge, and you can see here the winner of the first challenge, which were people from the American University of UAE. And this was the grand finale. You see them because we were online, not on site, and we had this award celebration for these people. But due to the success of the initiative, we decided to propose also this year challenges, and Specifically, you see, we are starting the challenge on 7th of July, so they will be available on 7th of July, and the deadline for presenting your solution will be the end of October. Then we need some time for the evaluation, and I will tell you something more with respect to the evaluation. And then in December, the date is not yet fixed, we will have the challenge finale. But the good point is that even if you don't have the facilities for making the computation, ITU is providing to everyone in needs the platform for participating to this challenge. So it means that even if you don't have a powerful computer, you can use these facilities that are made available in such a way that these are really challenges for everyone. Okay, so but let us start with the challenges in such a way that you can know more about what you have to do. So the first two challenges are proposed by my university, my lab, which is the GeoLab, and the first challenge is proposed by this nice lady, Angeli. Angeli, she's a PhD student at my university, but the meantime, she's also a consultant of the World Bank. And I don't mention the SDGs that are related to all the challenges, but you can see in the picture which are the SDGs. And what Angeli is proposing is to work on the pollution in the cities. Specifically, we are providing data from our region, so there are many open data made available by the region or the local agency of the environment. So you will have many data available. In case you can add also other data, but the other data that you want to add have to be open and you have to make available for everyone in such a way that your solution can be reproducible also for the other people who are interested. And you see here the long list of data available. But again, if you are not happy about the data and you can find other data, you can add them. The second challenge is a challenge proposed again by my lab, and it is a challenge proposed by Vasil. Vasil is a research fellow at my department and is working on this important topic, which is related to landslide. You know that also in the last months, Italy was affected by flooding and landslide due to extreme events. And so, but this is not only for Italy, this is everywhere, as a matter of fact. So, what we are doing is to provide again data available for everyone in such a way that you can concentrate on the model you want to apply. In case you want to add the data, the rule is always the same. So you can add, but you have to make open to everyone the data you are using. I forgot to say that the solution must be a Python solution because this is the technology that we are using. And as a matter of fact, we will check which are the indexes, the accuracy of the solution that you are proposing. Data, provided data set, you see also in this case a long, long list of data available. Third challenge. The third challenge is proposed by FAO and UNODC, and it is proposed by Pengyu and Lorenzo. Pengyu is here. I don't see him now. Yeah, Pengyu is here. So if you need some more pieces of information, he's here. He can answer to this, what you need. So the challenge is about cropland mapping using satellite imagery And specifically, the two challenges are one, yearly cropland extent mapping in Iran and Sudan, and the second one is temporal crop mapping extent in Afghanistan. So those are the objective and the data that are provided as well. And what you need to do is to create these cropland mapping for the period, for the target time period. And this was for Iran, but this is similar in case of Afghanistan. Okay, the fourth challenge is proposed by the European Space Agency together with KP Labs and QZ Solutions. And also, this is a very interesting one, again, because it refers to hyperspectral imagery. I don't know how familiar you are with respect to hyperspectral imagery, but it means many, many bands. And the other relevant point is that this satellite, this mission, is a special one because there are onboard AI processing capability. So it is a very innovative mission. So you will have available the data from the satellite, but meanwhile, you will have available some hyperspectral airborne images and also some in situ measurement. And the aim of the challenge is to determine the characteristic of the soil, which is very important for farming, but also more in general. So you see here all what you will have available, the patches that will be available, and the testing data, and so on. Also, in this case, obviously, you have to propose an open solution. Okay, the last challenge is a challenge about location mention recognition. And this challenge is proposed by a combination of Hamad bin Khalifa University, which is part of the Qatar Computer Center, and a company which is Quen Lab. And specifically, what they are proposing of finding the location of tweets when we are dealing with disaster in such a way to be able immediately to check where the disaster happened. And you see that this location mention recognition has two different setups. So typeless and type-based. The main point is that we don't have explicitly this information in the tweets, and so we want to derive them from the text of the tweet itself. What is available in this case? You will have a large in size data set, and these correspond to 19 disaster events. So you see 6 hurricanes, 5 earthquakes, 4 floods, 3 wildfire, and 1 cyclone event. And what you have to do, you are challenged in determining a way for knowing where it happens exactly. Okay, so those are the 5 challenges we are proposing. And if you want to have more pieces of information about it, you can check. You can simply write GeoAI Challenges 2023 in AI for Good, and you will find all the pieces of information. Again, the challenge is opening. I want to thank all the people involved, the people I mentioned before, and then I want also to thank the people behind the challenges, specifically Reynard. I don't know if Reynard is here. I don't see him. Uh, Andrea, who is here, and Thomas, who is here because they are doing behind the scenes, they are doing most of work for managing the challenges and so on. So please spread the voice about these challenges. The deadline is not so close, so there is time of working on that, and please participate. The last thanks is to the UN OpenGIS initiative, which is part of this challenge. I want to thank the UN Geospatial Network and also the UN GGIM Academic Network. And then in the end, I want to thank you for being here. Thank you.